may be able to hear better, sit wherever you'd like, but the suggestion would be to come as close.
The sun's right in my
as
eyes.
possible. Does everybody have just a little prayer booklet that I passed out? Just got a few readings in it. And some psalms and stuff that we'll maybe join together in.
I heard some lady say that he's buried when he's back here. So,
Oh, you can take a look. Well, too late now.
but I didn't see it.
Eisner, I had the honor to learn Torah with Irv, and it is an honor to be able to be here as we reflect on his memory this afternoon. I want to begin, if everybody will turn in this little gray booklet that we passed out. I want to join in their silence. There is lamentation. In their tears there is loneliness. Lost in their sorrow may we find the presence of loving friends. Hear them, O God. Be with them. For Irv's love that united us in life, in which death cannot sever, for his companionship that we shared along life's path, and which continues through the tenderness of memory, for the gifts of his heart and mind that brought us joy and happiness and is now a precious remembrance. For all of these and more, we give our thanks to God. In this time of grief, we listen to the voice of our sacred scriptures that brings us the ever-new message of God's nearness. It tells us of our kinship with the Creator, in light as in darkness, in joy as in sorrow, in life as in death. I ask now that we join together and we read Psalm 23. Yaakov, thus lived Jacob. Our tradition teaches us that while we are here to mourn the loss of a husband, a father, grandfather, a friend, we are not here to only talk about Irv's death. Our tradition teaches us that what we ought to do is talk about his life. We ought to reflect on all of those things that he did, that he stood for, that he represented, that he loved, that he cared about, the things that brought him joy, the things that made his life full of meaning. And those are the things that we ought to reflect on. You see, here also our tradition teaches us that while often the idea is, or the inclination is when someone dies that all should be sorrow, that we really should celebrate a life that was long and good. That we ought to celebrate someone who spent many years on this planet making the world a better place, as Irv did. And that becomes our responsibility. It becomes our responsibility and our ability to ensure that Irv's memory, Irv's name, his Shem Tov, his good name, lives on forever. It may not be in the same form that it was before, but it is in the way that we can absorb it, that we can have it become part of us. And when we have those parts of Irv's memory become part of us, and in our action, in what we do on a daily basis, then Irv really has the ability to be with us as long as we're here. And then if we even do better than that and pass it down to the next generation, and they pass it down to the next generation through story, through memory, through action, then it really does have the ability to live on forever. I want to share with you Weisberg journey, this new journey of memory. I'd like to now have those who loved him the most and knew him the best come forward to share some thoughts. We'll first ask his son, Jay, to